Welcome back, family, to Northside LDN. Caramba, we are back. I'm here with my guy Hooks. Hooks, what are you telling me, bro?
No, man, I'm good, man. I'm just, you get me, on the way to winning a Champions League, blood. You get me? So, man, I living life good right now. You know what I'm saying, man? You get me? I got
Mm.
them, the certain manner, you get me, swinging it out on Peckham High Street, and you get me, I'm over there up in Mayfair, blood. You know what I'm saying? So, it's good. We good right now, man. We chilling, we on the beach. You know, we got the rum. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we don't do cocktails around here. Fireman thing, get me. We got there with the rum, chilling. We're good, man. We're good, man. We're good. We're good. But
Some exotic, man. No Maggies for me. You know what
what?
I'm
No,
saying?
what? What? No, what the Maggie's done?
Maggie for Saturday only.
Uh,
Saturday or Sunday. Cheat day. That's it, man. No Maggie, bro.
cheat day.
You know
That's
what I
it.
mean?
That's how I know you're getting old, man. That's how I know you're getting old,
What
man.
can I do, man? Age catches up to everyone, innit? What can we do, bro? You know what I'm saying? And reality will one day catch up to the top gooners. But before we get into all of that, you know what I'm saying? Before we get into all of that, I haven't heard your thoughts. Before we get into Merino and Ben White, and apparently there's news out there that both of them are gonna miss the PSG clash in the Champions League. What was your thoughts on the Crystal Palace game, bro? I didn't even get your thoughts.
Um, brother, I don't care about the Premier League, bro. Like to me, warm up games for Champions League, bro. Like I honestly don't give two shits about what happens in the Premier League. Like I've been checked out for a minute. I can tell that the players are checked out. Like it's just annoying that the manager decided to pretty much start our strongest available team. I think it's very, very shameless of him, to be completely honest. But hopefully Liverpool just go and win on Sunday or draw because they can draw and win the league, and then hopefully that will make the manager go, okay, I can just play the cannon fodder in the rest of the Premier League games. I mean, in terms of I don't think we played bad. Like I think I was doing the watch along on with Lee Gunner and Matty, and I don't think it was bad. Like I just think it was one mistake, one lapse in concentration that led to them, even in the tie. Truth be told, my prediction before the game was a 1-1 with a slight chance of a 2-1. We could nick it. Ended up being 2-2, you know. And but it is what it like. Does at this point does any Arsenal fan really care about Premier League games? You know what I mean? Like at this point, like we really care. Like only reason I actually I wasn't bro. There was no 3 hours in 3 hours halftime hooks going live watch along. There was none of that. like, bro, I wasn't. I would have turned up to watching the game late if Lee didn't message man. So it's like, bro, I'm checked out. Premier League don't. I might as well watch them play at the local park. That's what the Premier League means to me at the moment. So you get me. Big up to Liverpool. Congratulations to Liverpool. Well deserved Premier League title win. And we just as Arsenal fans, we just gotta hope, we gotta pray that we continue to just sacrifice bare clubs in Europe. Nah, it just is what it is, man. I'm. Oh well, sorry. I have to. I have to hope and pray because if I don't, then it's probably gonna be like 2 to 4 weeks of every time I'm on YouTube, seeing my face in thumbnails, hooks cooked, bare people. So do you get what I'm
We
saying?
must. We must. I mean, you're very confident, so we must, innit? You're telling us to be confident.
Yeah,
You
man.
know what I mean? Don't sell us dreams. Don't sell us dreams.
What, bro? I'm just
You know
saying,
what I'm
like, I just wanna, I just wanna know, yeah, bro, I fist up Real Madrid 5-1. If I can't be confident after fisting up Real Madrid 5-1, I don't know when I can be confident. Do you get what I'm saying? When can I be confident if I can't be confident after fisting up? Hey, bro, you see them stars, yeah, that are lining, yeah. I just got the galaxy wrong. Did you get it? I was looking at
Wow.
the wrong galaxy, bro. I thought it was the
Okay.
Prem. Turns out Champions League. You get it? So we still run that one. You know what I'm saying? We still run.
Ah, okay. 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 The stars are aligning for Champions League. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You get me? You know them ones there. only
Okay.
but there's
Okay.
but we
You heard it here first, guys. The stars are aligning for the Champions League.
yeah,
Okay.
man.
You know what I'm saying? No one, I mean, like I said, I'm not saying that you can't be happy and optimistic, but I think a level of caution is reasonable as well. I think you can be happy at the way that we performed against Real Madrid, but you can also be a little bit cautious in terms of, you know, even how we've performed under Arteta, eight points clear in the league and bottling that, and failing to get over the line. So I think there's reason for caution. People are saying that your mic is a little bit low, bro.
Oh,
I don't know
sorry.
if you're connected to the wrong mic. Check your mic.
Oh wait, shit. Yeah, let me check.
Yeah, I think. Well, I was doing the same thing. Right, mine's connected to my mic as well.
Wait, no, yeah, mine's.
Because if your camera has a microphone, it can connect to that microphone instead of your actual microphone. So yeah,
I think mine's like. Let me know if it's cool. Mine's connected, like, you know what I mean. Like, I don't know, like, obviously I don't know what I sound like in it. So, but mine is connected. Like, it's all good. It's all good. It's as loud as it can be. I big up Josh Artim. Yeah, my brother. Go on, read the chat. Yeah, let's go, man. Let's go.
Now, don't feel my guy, but Hooks is actually right. Can't destroy Real Madrid and not have confidence. There's nothing wrong with having confidence. I think saying the stars are aligning is a bit too much for me. Talking like we're gonna, like we don't fear anyone, I think is a bit too much. I think there's reason to be confident, but there's reason to be cautious as well. I think a balance of both. I can't lie. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is for me. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. We will see what happens if the galaxy and the stars are aligning, like Hooks is saying, and all of that. Yeah. I mean, Hooks, I will ask you one more thing about the game, and then we'll move on to news surrounding Arsenal. Odegaard getting chosen. Do you see him starting against PSG? Because for me, I can't lie, bro. I think that is the one thing you can say that this manager consistently persistent with Odegaard that I don't think is the right choice. I don't think going up in the Champions League, we need everyone up for it. You know what I'm saying? And we can't keep carrying Odegaard. I think Skelly's been doing his job. The way he takes on players, drives forward. Timber as well, getting an assist as well. Do you know what I mean? Merino, when he drops in the team as well, getting assists, linking up play. I feel like there's 3 other players around him. Even Declan Rice. Let's keep it real. Declan Rice as well against Crystal Palace, taking on players, making opportunities, taking shots. You know what I mean? Creating opportunities for other players. I feel like these players are carrying Odegaard and they're carrying what is ultimately his responsibility in the team. I don't want Odegaard starting, bro. I feel like he's the only player that doesn't warrant starting. You know what I mean? For me personally, I think Trossard has been hitting really good form against Ipswich and Crystal Palace. And whether they're dead rub games and they don't mean anything, which I agree with you, I feel like he's in good confidence. And I think playing Merino up front, playing Trossard on the left and Saka right now is the best that we can do in terms of our attack. They're all in form. Even though Saka's missed a couple opportunities, let's just keep it real. He's our best attacking player. Moreno, it goes without say, I think he's been an unsung hero so far this season. Hopefully, he can be an actual hero and get us over the line and win something. And Trossard's been hitting form, where Martinelli's been a little bit hit and miss. The other game, he was all right. Crystal Palace, he wasn't really all that. Odegaard is the one that I feel like I can't put in that conversation. I can't put him in a conversation with Partey. I can't put him in a conversation with Rice. He doesn't warrant, based on performances, he doesn't warrant starting as our starting number 10. What's your thoughts, man?
First of all, I think that Odegaard has been poor this season. I don't think anyone can hide from that. For whatever reason it is that he's been poor this season. But I think I don't know, who would I play there instead of him? That's what I think about. Who would I play there instead of him? Like, I'm not gonna play Merino there because I want Merino to play up top. I could play Wanyeri there, but I feel like Wanyeri's better on the right wing and cutting in on his left foot. But I could.
You think he's better on the wing?
Yeah, I think he's. Me personally,
I disagree. I think he's better as a 10, bro. I think he made his name. Well, not made his name, but people were advocating for him to be in the team as a 10, bro. I think his best games has been in the 10. If you think about Preston and Bolton and the other games that he's played this season, I think he's played the best as a number 10. And when he's come off the bench as an impact sub as well, to be fair to him.
But look, again, like in all of the big games that like he's contributed in, it's been from the right. He scored against Man City from the right. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, all of his better games have been from the right. And you know what? It's just like I like the threat that he causes from the right. The only thing that I'm not so sure about is how he connects with Timber and Odegaard when he plays on the right, and that's a different problem to solve. But I don't know. I don't know if starting Wanyeri in the 10, or I guess quote unquote 10, is the answer. Um, and then after that, I mean, I start running out of options really of who can actually play there. So I think it's more of a like, you know, us as fans, like we can have whatever opinion we want on Odegaard or any player, but at the end of the day, like whatever purpose Arteta wants him to serve in this system, he's serving it. So like, I don't know. At this point,
But is he
like,
though? But
I
is
mean,
he though, Hooks? Because he's just kind of phasing around the game. Like there's no real moments that he's affecting the game. He's just there because everything else is working well in
but
terms of the
like, but he's
Champions
a
League.
part of that. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, he may not be part of like the final pass. He might not be part of that, but he plays a part in everything else. Like, yeah, like I said, I started off by saying that he's poor, but for the system that we play, and I just think we just need to accept this, and it's a discussion that we can have maybe in the summer about how we change up the system. But as it stands right now, for the system that we play, he's pretty much a linchpin in it. Like whoever you put there doesn't do what Erdegaard does. So then we lose that person that always drops deep to pick up the ball and try to conduct. Whether he's successful in conducting all the time is a different story, innit? Like it's a different story. Like,
So then
yeah,
he's not been effective then. That's the
yeah,
thing. Like you can't drop in deep, get barged off the ball, drop in deep, pass sideways. Because basically all he's really doing is holding on to possession. That's the bare minimum. Like a football player receiving the ball on the pitch and passing it to the safest pass is a bare minimum. You can get anybody to do that. Ethan can do that. Zinchenko can do that. And that is that's the thing. Like if you got a player, let's say that even if you believe that Odegaard, for the people that think Odegaard is better than Ethan or better than Zinchenko, the fact is the player that is better is giving us a 4 out of 10 performance every week. And then the other player that is not as good, when he comes on the pitch, is giving us an 8 out of 10. I much prefer the player that's giving us an 8 out of 10. In my opinion, I don't feel like Odegaard's doing anything that nobody else in this midfield is capable of doing. I feel like Ethan is more direct. I think he plays the right pass faster. He transitions faster. He actually makes the right decision in the final third. We already have control with playing Partey and Rice. Let's be real. We got Partey and Rice controlling, and they're doing really, really well in that sense. We don't need a third person to control. We need somebody to actually link up play with the front three. And he's not contributing to any of that. All he's doing is receiving the ball, going backwards, passing it backwards, sideways, not taking on his man and getting literally played out of the game. I don't feel like that is a warranting contribution to what we're trying to do in winning the Champions League. And we have to respect this competition because you can't carry players in this competition. Zinchenko as well, like he's way more direct. He likes to take on players and he's more effective right now than Odegaard. Odegaard isn't doing anything, bro. He's not scoring. He's not progressing the ball. All he's doing is playing a safe pass for a number 10 when we already play 2 DMs. We already play 2 defensive midfielders that can contribute offensively. I don't feel like there's a need for Odegaard. We don't have a lack of control to add Odegaard. We need somebody that's going to go forward and contribute going forward. Or when Declan Rice and Partey are trying to control the midfield, if we get run in the midfield, there's somebody already there to receive the ball in a counter-attack on a half-turn and progress it forward. Instead, we'll drop in Merino deeper to receive the ball. And then instead of getting Merino in the box, and Merino in the box this season, he's been effective. You know what I'm saying? So I can't lie, bro. Like, I don't really understand any defense of Odegaard because what is he doing? You can't tell me that Ethan is a good talent, but then tell me that Ethan can't do what Odegaard is doing. And he's actually contributing more when he does play.
But he can't do what Odegaard does. But that's the whole point. Like,
I see Ethan all the time dropping in deep when he doesn't receive the ball and linking up play.
He doesn't track back like Odegaard either. Like he's not the same type of player. They're just different types of players. And you know what? I forgot about Zinchenko. I would happily play Zinchenko over Odegaard. Me personally, I would happily play Zinchenko
Okay.
over Odegaard. But do you know the thing is as well, yeah? Like, cool. Like it's all well and good us having our own opinions in it. Like we it's all well and good. But when we have our opinions, I tend to find that they very much differ from people that actually play against Arsenal. They differ. Like they actually that play against Arsenal. And people that play against Arsenal, they find the way that we play mad difficult to go up against. Odegaard is part of that. That it just is what it is. So we can have our opinions. We can bust whatever joke that we want to bust.
So we're doing the Zinchenko thing, like left back. The way that Zinchenko plays is pivotal to how we play. I don't believe that.
We can, but the thing is, yeah, like
I don't believe that.
Yeah, it's cool.
That was another narrative.
Like we could not believe that, but when players are actually coming out and going raw, like look at this, yeah. Regardless of what you think about Odegaard, yeah. Regardless of what you think about Odegaard, brother, we've run up on bare man in the Champions League with him being in the team. I think it's a bit disingenuous.
And contributed nothing.
Yeah, but
you can't tell me that we won against Real Madrid because of Odegaard, because we didn't.
What do you define as contribution? Like what's your defining metrics of
doing the job of your position? If you're a defender, your main job is to defend. As soon as you don't defend, then there's criticism. As a striker, putting the ball in the back of the net. As a number 10, you are supposed to orchestrate attacks. He's not even orchestrating attacks. Even when you look at his stats, he's not orchestrating anything. He ain't orchestrating anything. I've seen Merino getting an assist against Real Madrid. I've seen other players getting assists. Obviously, we scored 2 set pieces from Declan Rice. I don't see Odegaard orchestrating attacks. He doesn't, bro. And when I watch the games, I'm not seeing him orchestrating anything. What I see him is playing a safe pass or trying to play it into Saka. And I've seen him in certain games as well, failing to find Saka and getting in the way of our attack. But I don't, as an individual, there's nothing that I can say about his game, apart from if you're going to celebrate the bare minimum, which is a midfielder receiving the ball and playing the safe pass. I don't think that warrants into you are pivotal to the way that we play football. Partey was controlling the midfield against Real Madrid. He's another unsung hero. The work he was doing in the midfield. Declan Rice was doing an excellent job in controlling that midfield, and Odegaard was going ghost. And more times than not, getting barged off the ball, get pushed off the ball, and getting pressed back to his own half. So how is he controlling our midfield? He's not. Passing it backwards, sideways isn't controlling the midfield. You're not producing anything.
But that's not his role. Again, this is what I'm saying. It's cool to not like him. It's cool to not like him. Because again, I need to remind you.
Explain to me his role.
I actually started off by saying he's been poor this season. So it's cool to not like him.
So why do you say he's poor then? If I don't understand his role.
But what I don't understand is why you're judging him off of a role that he's not playing.
Because his role's not effective, just like Calafiori. You can have a role in football, doesn't mean it's effective. That's the thing. We used to have, we've had Zinchenko. No, but it's true though, because you're not contributing. And ultimately, yeah, we will see who's right in the Odegaard debate. Because I remember at this club, I remember at this club, yeah, when people tried to tell me that Zinchenko, oh, you don't understand ball if you don't know what Zinchenko's doing. He's pivotal to how we play football. He was also a big reason why we conceded a lot of goals, hence why he no longer starts as a left back. And the manager lost faith in him. I remember when people told me Havertz is pivotal to the way that we play football, and I don't know anything about football. And if you don't know what Odegaard brings to the team, then you don't understand football. Ultimately, with Havertz starting games, he wasn't producing on a consistent basis enough for us to get over the line. So the manager can give you a role. I agree with you. The manager can give you a role. But as a fan, I can look at your role and say your role is you're not effective enough in this team playing your role. And if anything, yeah, you make us worse. Zinchenko at left back made us worse. The pros was he gave us the extra body in midfield. The cons were we were getting cooked every time we were caught on the left-hand side. So the pros don't outweigh the cons for me. And it's the same thing with Havertz, and it's the same thing with Odegaard. They're not good enough. They're not. And I think eventually this manager's going to have to face that this guy isn't good enough. He's already lost faith in a lot of players that he deemed were undroppable, and they've not been good enough. And I think Odegaard is one of them. Does he have his day? Yeah, like any player. Every player has his day. You look down the league, every player gets a couple of stats and stuff like that. The top players could produce on a consistent basis. And Odegaard does not produce on a consistent basis. And for what he does to control play or drop in and bring up and pass it backwards and sideways to the safest pass, he's not bringing enough to the team. He isn't bringing enough to the team. And when I see someone like Ethan under the same manager and the same system be more effective, scoring goals, picking up passes, drawing defenders onto him because he makes runs into the box, or he's a bit more techie and he's quicker at making quicker decisions, I can see that that's a better return, even with the way that we currently play. Zinchenko against PSV, under the same regime, still goes and performs against PSV. Even though I don't think that both of these guys are world class, they are bringing more to the team, and we're still controlling the midfield even when they're on the pitch. So I don't think it's a great return. And this is under the same team, the same manager, the same thing. So I don't really realize, I don't understand why, seeing two different types of players and seeing what they bring, why I can't see that Ethan is more effective in that role, and even Zinchenko is more effective in that role. And Odegaard, the way that he's playing, we're playing with a man down. He's not bringing anything to this team. While I'm seeing Partey do his role, I'm seeing Declan Rice do his role, I'm seeing Timber do his role, I'm seeing flipping Lewis Skelly do his role, and still be effective in doing their primary role, which is defending. I just don't understand why this guy can't do it. Why can Declan Rice transition and help us on a counter attack and offer something in the final third and still defend and control the game? Why can Partey do it? Why can our fullbacks be able to do it? But then Odegaard, our number 10, is unable to do that. Doesn't make any sense to me, bro.
He's not a 10 though. This is what I'm saying.
But
he's not.
I actually agree with you actually on that. I think he's an 8.
Yeah, but the thing is, we play with a 4-3-3. We don't play with a 10. Like when you watch Odegaard play, he occupies all of the same areas as an 8. You actually watch him drift out wide to the right. The reason why he doesn't play 10 is because we play with a false 9, and the false 9 occupies all of the areas that a 10 would occupy. So you're basically saying, and obviously, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're basically saying you're not effective because you're not doing your role as a 10, but he's not playing 10. That's all I'm saying.
But even as a false 9, he's not effective though.
He's not a false 9 either. He plays 8.
So
he's our 8.
Wait, you just said the false 9. But no, even as an 8, even as an 8, he's not great.
No, I said we play with a false 9.
Bro, if you go okay, but even as an 8, which I agree with you, I do agree with you that he's an 8. I agree, But even when you look at his stats and the way that he passes forward, most of his passes are backwards and to the left and to the right. He's not playing progressive passes, bro.
That's not correct. The
his
passes are to the left.
Okay.
But as the year, because I went through it with Lee, he had up on the screen. We went through all the seasons, and the one thing that I noticed with every season going forward is he had less and less and less passes backwards. I agree.
Yeah, but he's still passing back to the left and to the right, though.
Yeah, but that's what I said to Lee. I said to Lee, it's a bit confusing that our best player is on the right and the majority of his passes go to the left. That's something that I noticed that I thought was a bit weird. But the thing is,
no, it's not, because Saka gets doubled up on. So a lot of times he can't play that pass when Saka gets doubled up on. He has to go to look into the middle where he's got Partey or Rice that can receive the ball. That's why. But when he has got a free pass, he will pass it to Saka.
I think that, and this is just my opinion. Like, cool, Odegaard's been poor this season, but the reason why I say he's been poor is because I'm judging him by the standards of you being my captain. That's why I think you're poor. Because if anything, you're my captain. So you should be the one player on the pitch that no matter what's going on, whether there's the sun shining or the storms come down on the pitch, you should be pulling me out of any and all scenarios, or at least showing me every time 100% that is what you're trying to do. And that's why I think he's been poor, because I don't think he's played to the level of a captain. That's what I'm judging him on. Now, as a footballer, yeah, I think anyone that says he's a bad footballer or he can't play football or what he's doing is dead, yada yada yada, either dislike the guy, which is fine, because you're allowed to not like. Everyone's entitled to not like whoever they don't want to like, or doesn't understand the system, and you cannot like the system as well. You cannot like our system, but he's basically like what we have to accept is Arsenal play in a way where what we're trying to do is force you to come onto us. So we're forcing you to break your shape and break your structure, and the way that we do that is by, for example, Odegaard picking up the ball in deep areas and continuing to move it around, allowing our other players to move around. And
my problem's not a lack of understanding. My problem, you can understand something and still say it's not effective. But you can know what someone's doing, Hooks, yeah, and still not agree and think that it's not effective.
Yeah, you could not agree.
I know, for example, you can look at Rashford, yeah, and say what his strengths are, right? And you can still say, yo, it's still not effective in this game, in that game, or in this kind of game, he's not going to be able to break down the opposition because he doesn't have space, because he's just a flipping runner. Do you get me? So it's not so much that I don't understand what Odegaard is bringing. I'm saying he's not effective, bro. And he's not effective, hence why you're even saying he's not having a good season, even though you understand his role, you understand his strengths, you understand what the manager wants him to do. He's not affecting us enough. And I think in the Champions League, it's not a competition where you can be carrying players. And even though you say he controls our midfield, if we go up against Inter, yeah, for example, yeah, we need somebody that's going to break down that attack and break down that defense, innit? And I don't think that Odegaard's going to be able to. He can hold on to the ball, play the pass so we continue to have possession, but as a 10, which is where he's supposed to be, where he's put in the pitch, but with a different role, how's he going to break that down? And this is the thing that I have about him. It's like, when we go up against good defenses, I'm not seeing him affecting the game the way I want him to affect the game. And I don't think just holding on to possession and having possession for possession's sake is really going to do anything. We had more possession against Crystal Palace, but we drew the game. So possession without any intent of doing anything is really pointless, bro. You can have possession, but if you have no intent of breaking them down, or you have no idea of how to break down the opposition, you've just got possession, bro, for no reason. And I'm saying it's not effective.
What I'm saying is you're going against Odegaard for the instruction.
No, I don't even think he's got the ability. I don't think he's got the ability, Hooks.
Like, okay, cool. You can think he doesn't have the ability, but the thing is, like, the way that I look. Okay, let me ask you this, yeah. If Arsenal had a Gyökeres type 9, so an out-and-out striker, someone that plays like a traditional number 9, yeah. Do you think he would have more assists?
I don't think Gyökeres needs to be added to the team, because Ethan can do exactly what I'm saying without that.
No, I'm asking you.
No, I don't think so, because you still have to. No, because where I feel like he's weakest is he can't take on his man. He's technically not that great. His first touch, he always has to turn backwards. Every time he receives the ball, he turns backwards to give himself space. He turns backwards, spins around about 3 passes, and then he looks for the pass. By the time he makes his decision and gets back around to aiming towards their goal, all our attackers are flipping out of the game because they're being marked. I don't think he's that great, bro. In tight spaces, he's not great. Bro, I've seen Santi Cazorla. He's not great in tight spaces, bro. He's not. He doesn't pick up the pass fast enough. He delays too much. Every time there's an obvious pass here, he delays the pass. Against Crystal Palace as well, when he got an opening to shoot, you saw him delaying the shot as well. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? His decision-making's got nothing to do with the opportunities and how he can read the game. That's on him. So because he has opportunities. He doesn't get more because he has opportunities to find that. And when I see Merino, that's a DM, and I see Merino picking up passes or making the simple pass, making the right decision in the final third, why can't Odegaard? Merino's not playing alongside the Gyökeres. I think there's attributes that you have to have as a player, regardless who's around you. We do create opportunities.
I think he has those attributes. He's just playing poor at the moment.
I feel like he shows them. He's very inconsistent in showing them, and that's why I don't rate him.
He's very inconsistent.
Extremely inconsistent.
Again,
it's like
he's had a poor season. Like, so I'm saying he's had a poor season, but just equally as he's had a poor season, like I'm not gonna go into next season and just assume that he's gonna have the exact same season that he's had this season.
I've been seeing him though. That's the thing, Hooks. Yeah, I've been seeing him do this year in, year out. He has patches where he's good.
Yeah.
And then he has a massive patch where he's majorly inconsistent. And I think a lot of this fan base look at, but he was performing for 70% of the season, in previous seasons. But then that 30% is a big chunk of the season, because that big chunk is to get us over the line. And he goes hiding, and then he hides with the, but at the start of the season, Odegaard was doing his thing. Earlier on in the season, Odegaard was doing his thing. At the start of the competitions, but then as soon as the level of competition goes up in the cups or in European competitions, or teams start grinding for those points at the end of the season, I see this guy being literally devoured by the pressure of the game and not impose himself and not produce what he does at the start at the end. And players like that, I don't think Odegaard is shit. I think he is average. And I think the hype around him, not necessarily from you, but from this fan base and the pedestal that they put him up against, I don't put him there with Aaron Ramsey. And I wouldn't put Aaron Ramsey as an Arsenal legend. But for me, Aaron Ramsey is more effective, and for me is more of a cult hero. And I've seen him be effective in cup games and finals. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even see that from Odegaard. So this is why, I can't really rate him, because when I rate Arsenal midfielders, just Arsenal midfielders, Aaron Ramsey is not in my top 10. And you're not even breaking that. And this is what I mean about this guy. And I just feel like when you start talking about, he needs this player around him, this player around him, there's opportunities in the team. And I see other players like Lewis Skelly, like Timber, like Ben White, when he plays, like Partey, like Declan Rice, like Merino. They still pick up passes. They still read the game properly when they get into the final third. Why can't he? They don't have Gyökeres to play with. So why is this guy need Gyökeres?
But I have seen him do it in games. But he just he doesn't do it consistent enough. Again, he's had a poor season. And the one thing that I would say probably annoys me about him more than anything is that, again, as my captain, you don't turn up for me in big games. Like, when I need you to turn up, you don't turn up. Look, I think Odegaard is a player at Arsenal that can stay at Arsenal, but I definitely think that maybe his responsibilities need to be lowered a bit. And maybe we need to, actually, it's not even maybe, because I've already said many times, I think in the summer we need to go and get a more creative player, because it's something that we severely lack, like a creative player through the middle. And we're kind of in a scenario now where Declan Rice is kind of being forced into figuring out how he can be a creator in the midfield, which I think is honestly, I think that's a bit of a mad thing still, but maybe one day he does become that type of player. And if Arteta is able to get that out of him, then cool, whatever. But I just think that what I need from the person that wears the armband for my club, you're just not doing it. So I do think there needs to be a conversation amongst, I don't know, the players or whatever, like for next season, about someone else having the armband. But then again, like I said, this is my analysis as a fan, as someone who sits down and watches Arsenal play on the screen. Sometimes I go to the games. Now, we need to remember that the captain is chosen by the players. So I don't know how good he is at all of the other duties as a captain. And maybe that's why he's continued to be chosen by the players. But me as a fan, regardless of whether you're wearing the armband or not, Declan Rice is my captain in it. Like, I've said this many times in it. So it just is what it is. He's having a poor season. I think he knows he's having a poor season. He needs to step it up. We have 3 more big games left of the season. Do something in them.
Listen, I hope he performs, bro, because I just want us to win the Champions League, bro. That's all I want, man. Just perform. Do you know what I mean? And I think, do you know what it is, Hooks? Yeah, he should take a leaf out of the book of Merino. I was cussing Merino when he came here because he's shit as a DM. He is shit as a DM. Yeah. And maybe when he was scouted or whatever, he was misprofiled. You know what I'm saying? Loads of players get misprofiled where managers go, yo, you know, maybe they wanted to make it into the team. Maybe when he went through the ranks, he made it as a DM because they needed a DM. They were light in that position. And then he just stuck to that position. But Moreno, for me, he's got more of a natural ability to be a striker. Would I put him up there as world class? No. But I see more natural ability in terms of being a striker than I do him being a DM. And that's just based on the player's ability. And I think this is why, like, systems and everything else like that, systems are great, but if you don't have the attribute to play that position, a system ain't going to get it out of you. Do you know what I'm saying? A system will give you a parameter as to where you can play, but if you can't do the job, look at Xhaka. How many years did we play Xhaka as a DM? Never worked out because he never had the attributes. Jorginho as well. When we bought Jorginho, people were telling me, oh, Jorginho's going to play a 10. I told man from the start, this guy doesn't have the attributes. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, Jorginho, he's a baller. I said, he never had the attributes to play as a DM. He would always pick up the ball and he can pick a pass, but he never had that running ability to get back and win the ball back. So that's what I'm saying. Odegaard, I don't think he doesn't have any ability, but it's just way too. He can. The problem with him, his technical ability isn't all that. He takes loads of touches to make it look like he's doing something. He ain't doing anything. He ain't going anywhere. The guy's doing the main tricks on the pitch. Yeah. Can he pick a pass? Yes, he can, but he's inconsistent. His IQ, the way he reads the game, is very inconsistent. His decision making is inconsistent. You know what I mean? He's not that great. He's not press resistant. And he's not somebody that can take at least two players or a player out the game. He never can. He always has to link up play to get past the man. He can't beat a man by himself. Do you know what I'm saying? So he's very limited. But it is what it is. Let's move on anyway. Enough about Odegaard. We spent 40 minutes talking about that bum. I'm tired of this guy, bro, because it's just a disgrace with the way that the team's performing that he's not stepping it up. But anyway, I want to get into your thoughts about two players that were unavailable against Crystal Palace, were not in the squad. And Arteta was quoted about Merino and Ben White. He said, we will have to wait and see as they're not available in the squad here. So we don't know if they're going to be available against PSG. Do you think that hinders our chances against PSG? Do you think it's a long-term injury? What do you make of it? Because we've had quite a lot of injuries, and not once has this manager really been honest about any of the injuries to our players.
I'm just trying to think, how did Merino even pick up the injury? I don't remember him picking up anything or even looking like anything happened to him in the game against Real Madrid. So I don't know. That one's kind of a myth to me. I guess if it turns out that Merino doesn't play, then I guess we just go with Trossard. And I mean, Trossard, since last few games, I mean, he's done what he needed to do. He scored goals. I mean, I wouldn't be happy with it because I think that playing with Merino up top is oddly enough. I didn't think I'd ever say this. Is probably going to give us the best chance to win the Champions League. Just that in itself is absolutely insane. But the Ben White thing is a bit worrying. On the other hand, the Ben White thing is a bit worrying because what is this like I think it's the second or third time I thought he was fine, and then it turned out that he got another niggle, or something else went wrong, and it's like, is he becoming Tomiyasu? Like, is he like, did the surgery go as well as like everyone thought it did? Like, why does he keep on getting these injuries? Like, he hasn't really played too much game time since coming back. Or even it begs the question: is Arteta just doing like galaxy brain mind games with PSG and Enrique, and both of them are gonna be fine for the PSG time, which would annoy me because it's like, raw, you could have given Ben White minutes against Palace. Do you know what I'm saying? Merino could have done with maybe that extra bit of morale boosting of potentially scoring another goal against Palace. So we'll see in it. Like at this point, I feel like as an Arsenal fan, we've gone through the whole season, not really always being able to have the players playing that we want to play, just more of the same. Do you get me? It's just more of the same. I'm used to this now. This season, I'm used to it. The only thing that I cannot have happen is Declan Rice or Saka not be available. Those are the only answers. Sorry, Saliba, and Timber. Those are the and Skelly. Those are the 5 man, yeah, that by the grace of God, yeah, keep their bodies blessed. Pause, yeah, because if any of them man go out, then it is worries, is problems. I think the other people we can mix and match, and heart will get us through the game. But if them man go out, it is massive problems, extremely massive problems. So yeah, I mean, like at this point, like I can't, I don't know what it is. Like maybe I'm not getting as frustrated about things. Maybe it's because we're closing out in the season, but things that were frustrating me a lot throughout the season, they're just not frustrating me anymore. Maybe I've become desensitized to it all because I've seen it happen so much. But it's like, cool, if we got another injury, we got another injury, and just keep it stepping, keep it moving. Like, we're long past the point of like making excuses for why we don't progress or win the Champions League. Do you get it? Like, we're way past that now. Like, just go and win it. Just get me over the line. That's all it is. I don't care. Like, the players that we have left, just get me over the line. Do you get what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are. Just get me over the line. That's all I want. Get me over the line. Like, you're at some point, yeah, you have to accept that you're an Arsenal player, yeah, playing for the badge and the fans, yeah, regardless of who you are. Show me something. Yes, it is what it is. Show me something. And like, I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't know how many more times I can say this. Just the type of person I am. I always believe, like, I'm just that type of person. That it doesn't extend just to football. But don't get me what I said that I wanted this season. Then my response is go, leave. That's my response. And that doesn't just stretch to the manager. That's to a lot of the players as well. Go, leave. Do you know what I mean? Because, like, let's be honest, yeah. You can not like the players. You cannot like the players, but they're not bad players. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, they definitely are underperforming over these last few years. They're underperforming for the level of player that they are. They're not bad players. Do you get me? Like, bro, I don't support Southampton, but I ain't got Ipswich players in my team, brother. I like, all due respect, yeah. Even though it's a massive failure, I'm still second in the league, so you at least have the quality to get to second in the league. To have the quality to get to second in the Premier League, you are not a bad player. So that same quality, go and show it in the Champions League. Do you know the maddest thing is as well? We don't even need to win all 3 of our remaining games. We can actually lose one. That's how mad it is. There's not even the pressure of having to win all the games. We only need to win 2. Actually, technically speaking, we don't even need to. We only need to win 1. We can draw both the games against PSG and then beat them on penalties. So we don't even need to win 3 games.
Well, we just need to get our job done, man. Listen, you can say that as a fan, but the players can't have that mentality. They have to go out every game with the intention to win, innit? Because let's keep it real. You go out with that kind of, like, let's go. If we go to penalties, yeah, you can't. Penalties is penalties, bro. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to penalties. You'll be stressed looking at penalty shootout. Let's just keep it real. You know what I mean? Because it's like, yo, what we did? You know what I mean? But listen, I hear it. I think with Ben White, maybe the fact that you remember at the start of the season, he was getting played with an injury. This is what happens when you play players injured, though. This is something that can happen. You play players injured. When they get injured, they can have reoccurring injuries. This is why I've always said, don't play players injured, bro. It's like common sense. And maybe you're saying that he could be similar to Tomiyasu. Maybe he's turned him into Tomiyasu. We don't know yet. Obviously, we're not part of the medical team. But the fact that he keeps getting recurring injuries when he's been good in terms of injuries at Arsenal, always available. The one season he's played at the start of the season, week in, week out, with an injury, all of a sudden, miracle. The guy's injured again and again and again. Like, things have a ripple effect, innit? Like, things that there's pros and cons in doing things. So I don't really I'm not really too surprised that Ben White keeps getting really injured, if that's the case. Merino, I don't know. Like, this manager isn't very forthcoming. This season, we had Trossard with an injury. We had Odegaard with an injury. We had Declan Rice with an injury. And this manager's never open and honest about what's going on with the players, isn't it? So maybe Merino did pick up something and he still played him regardless. We don't know. We only ever know after the fact. That's how it goes under this manager in terms of injuries. Like, Wenger used to save players that were injured. This manager would just, whatever, innit? We've got a job to do. Just go out there. You know what I mean? I'm going to run you into the ground. So, I don't know. I remember Havertz as well spoke on it that he had a little knock, but he's monitoring it and he was getting played week in, week out, week in, week out, week in, week out.
Yeah.
And there's no surprise that this is happening, Hooks, bro. Like, and that's the thing that pisses me off the most with this manager. It's like, when you hear the critique, address it. You don't, like, a manager shouldn't be so prideful to think that he can't improve in some of his methods, especially when you're being proven wrong. You should have the humility of, do you know what, yeah? The way I'm playing certain players through injury, look how many injuries we've got this season. Yeah. Could I have avoided the amount of times players were out? Yes. Why did I play them? Because I didn't go out there and address the quality that we needed around the squad. And I've had 5 years and 800 M's. Like, take some accountability, do you get it? But instead, he gets very defensive in press conferences when he's pressed about, why is this player injured? Why is that player injured? Why come this player, you said he was going to come back and he's not coming back now? And he just gets very defensive. And that's what I don't like about him. Because he doesn't, with everything in life, yeah, you have to have a level of humility in it. Yeah. In everything. Like, especially if you're learning a job. Like, if you're learning a job, Hooks, yeah, and you go into a profession, you're learning a job, you have to have the humility of sometimes you're going to get it wrong, innit? And when you get it wrong, you have to be able to take on constructive feedback. Yeah. I don't feel like this manager is able to take on constructive feedback. When people are telling him, don't play Partey at right back, he consistently played Partey at right back. And a lot of those games, we lost it. Don't play Merino in the 10, continue to do it. Don't play Havertz in the 10, continue to do it. Do you get what I'm saying? Don't flip in. If Odegaard ain't playing, play the players that are in form. Takes him. I just feel like he's a very frustrating manager because for the things that he does good, you always think like, yo, as soon as things, and this is why, yeah, I feel like his in-game management's poor. Like, I don't feel like in-game management from him has improved, bro. Like, what was our plan B against Crystal Palace? Like, even though it's a nothing game, it wasn't a nothing game based on the lineup. If it's a nothing game, show us by the lineup, innit? Just rotate the hell out of the team and show us, okay, cool, it's a nothing game.
But it was a nothing game, though. Like, I think that he ended up playing the lineup that he did because of the way that he is. Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, stubborn.
Yeah, like we all know that we shouldn't have played that strong of a lineup. But like, is any Arsenal fan by now, are we surprised that he would go into a game like this and play his strongest available lineup? Like, because he's someone that, like, if you listen to him speak, he's someone that believes that. Because I even said it in my match preview. Yeah, he actually said something along the lines in his press conference that if players are fit, they'll play. So he's just someone that if my players are fit, I will play them. Like, he's fully on this momentum thing. Do you get it? So, like, I feel like part of it, obviously I don't know the ins and outs, but I can only think of it from my own perspective. If I was really like battered and bruised and I needed a break, I would tell man, yo, Mikel, allow me. Like, let me be on the bench. Like, allow me. I'm like, it's long. Like, let me just rest, please, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'd call him out in some way.
Would you though? Because I don't think athletes are like that. I feel like athletes always believe in themselves because they had to get to where they are. And I think sometimes you have to save the athlete from themselves. I'll be real, bro. Like,
it depends on the person though, innit? I personally would be like, it's mad, bro. Like, if my body, it feels mad. Like, I'm not trying to, you get me? I want to play football for a very long time. Allow me. Like,
but Hooks, let's just say like Saka, yeah? Like, Saka wanted to play in the Champions League, yeah? And he helped us get there. You know what I'm saying? If Saka's like, yo, I'm not fully fit, like, he knows I'm not fully fit. Man's going to say, yo, I want to play. Because he's like, yo, I've done everything to get to this position. So from a player perspective, he's going to be selfish and be like, yo, I want to play, bro. Like, I deserve to be there. I'm saying, he's probably thinking, how's Martinelli playing, bro? I'm the one that got us here. Do you know what I'm saying? And
but Saka's been out
to step in and save him and be like, yo, Saka, listen, you're not seeing a bigger picture right now, innit? Because as a player, you're very selfish, innit? You think about your career, what you want. A manager's supposed to be thinking about everything, innit? Like, yo, we may need you semi-final. We may need you in the finals. You know what I'm saying? What if you get injured here and I don't have you available? Let's say we go for it and I don't have you available. You have to understand, like, you know, I can't be risking that Saka. We have to protect you. Also, doctors are telling me that you could potentially get an injury where you're out for the whole of next season. Like, that isn't something I'm willing to risk because it can F up your whole career. And then you'll look back and think, oh, how come, you know what I mean? The medical team didn't defend me or did this or that. Giving him examples of Diaby, another player, reoccurring injuries. Do you know what I'm saying? And players that had reoccurring injuries and stuff like that. So I feel like I get a player's perspective and I'm not going to blame a player because a player wants to do his job and he wants to be in the biggest games and wants to win the biggest honors. I get it. I fully get it. But as a manager, this is why you're entrusted to make big decisions because you're supposed to be able to save players from themselves. A bit like boxers, bro. Like this weekend, we're gonna see Eubank and Conor Benn. If Conor Benn's getting his head smashed in, bro, his corner's it gets to a point where his corner's like, yo, man's just fighting for fighting's sake. Like we have to save him for another day. Do you get it? And throw the white tie.
It's a bit different though, isn't it? It's a slight bit.
No, but it's not. It is obviously it's a different sport, yeah. But the same thing of saving someone. Like for example,
it's very different. No, bro, it's very.
No, but hold on though. Hold on. If a fighter continues and their side corner is saying, yo, if this fight goes on, he could be concussed. He could end up flipping you eating through a straw. Bro, like the ramifications of that continuing could be like that. But a player though could have a mad injury where they say, yo, yeah, if this player plays, the medical team could say, yo, do you know what? The chances are he'll have a reoccurring injury that's going to haunt him for the rest of his career. Kind of like, do you remember Ledley King?
Yeah.
Exactly. Prime example. Do you know what I'm saying? Maradona as well. Look at the pain that he was in the last stage of his career. Well, not even his career, after football. Do you get what I'm saying? Exactly. So that could happen. And some players are unable to play. His career could be over. And all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying? He's got no skill in anything else. He hasn't made enough money in the game because maybe he's been frivolous with his money. And you've effed up his career.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So these things do happen in football as well. I know it's a different sport. I know it's not fighting, but these things do happen, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then what?
I feel like personally, Arteta has been vindicated in putting belief in Saka saying that he is available to play, and the medical team saying that he is actually he can play. Like I feel like he's been vindicated in that decision. I think just what Saka like. Let's be honest. Let's be really honest now. Do you think that we beat Real Madrid if Saka doesn't play in that tie? Because Saka was pretty damn crucial in both legs. Like pretty damn crucial
he was, but that's the fault of the manager not going out there and getting a right winger in 5 years.
That's all irrelevant though, because we can only.
It's not irrelevant. Yeah, but it's not irrelevant.
We can't. We can only talk about the current scenario that we are.
No, we can talk about the current scenario because we got to the current scenario due to our actions or lack of actions in the previous.
But it's a scenario.
That's the reason, bro.
But do you know what it's like? It's like if like. Right,
we probably don't.
If I go and get a mortgage on okay, cool. If I go and get a mortgage on a yard.
To be fair, Saka didn't score the 3 goals though, did he?
To
be fair,
I mean,
he didn't.
But Saka won both the free kicks in the first half. Sorry, in the first.
Yeah, no, that's true. No, that's true. That's true. Yeah. And he definitely affected that game.
And he scored in the second half.
No, that's true. That's true. That's true. So but at the same time, we're having this conversation because of the lack of quality on the bench, which is a scouting problem.
Man, that's still saying out of my mind. Do you know what? I think it might be this thing. You know, I don't have to like. Should I leave and try to come back?
Hold on. I think you can put the volume.
Do you have me turn? You might have me turned down. Can you control?
No, I've not done anything. I can't do anything to your mic, like apart from mute you. You can go to test mic. If you go to the arrow next to the microphone.
Yo, yeah, it's coming out fine. Like on there, all the green bars, I'll go green in. Like,
yeah, for you on my end, his volume is fine.
Oh, okay. So
on my end, your volume is fine. It was a little bit less when you were away from the mic, but now that you're close to the mic, it's fine.
Yeah, maybe but it looks a bit mad with me. It looks a bit mad with me this close to the. You get me? It looks a bit. Yeah, it's a bit of a fireman thing. But I'll try and stay as close to the mic as possible. But all right, so imagine, yeah, cool, boom. Imagine I go get a mortgage on a yard, yeah, because I can afford it. I go get a mortgage on a yard, yeah, because I can afford it, yeah. But then 2 years down the line, yeah, I get made redundant, yeah, and I can't get a new job, and now it's looking techie. Can't afford the mortgage. Do you get what I'm saying? Was I meant to not get the mortgage?
No, you was meant to save money in case you ever fell on hard times. To plan for that, that's what you're supposed to do. Of course, you then that gives you a certain amount of time.
But your savings
For example,
only go so
you
far.
may have 2 months that you can pay for that because you've had X amount of time that you've been.
Yeah, but your savings only go so far.
Yeah, of course, but you have a backup plan. Our backup plan is pathetic. Sterling is not a backup.
Yeah, it's pathetic, but we have a backup plan.
Yeah, that's like me saving 56p
No.
for hard times. No, but it's true though, isn't it? It's like me saving 56p for hard times. Like, what are we doing here, bro? You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my backup plan if I can't pay my mortgage is 56p. Is a backup.
Man,
you know what I mean? I can get a chocolate frog. You know the chocolate frogs at the corner shop? Can't even get you a panda pop no more.
I imagine, yeah, you're like, oh, babe, I can't pay the mortgage, but look, I got you this chocolate frog, man. No,
I got you Space Invaders. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you Space Invaders. Yeah, it's long.
That's how you know we're from the 90s, though. These I don't know about them things.
It's long, but the point I'm trying to get across, yeah, is like, cool. We should shoulda, woulda, coulda in it, if buts and maybes in it, but I can't talk about them things. Do you know what? Yeah, the thing that I find super frustrating, yeah, and this is just in general, yeah, is like, because I mean, like, you must see it in it. Like, it's not just like sometimes when I come on your streams that I have to have these battles with people in it, and I'm not even saying it's just with you in it. Cause I have these battles with Bear Man on bare different streams. I have these battles in it. And I just think it's a little bit unfair, yeah, that I can spend, like, how long was it? Maybe a good 3 weeks, 4 weeks on people's streams being asked the same question, should Saka play? And then I go every time, yeah, if Saka's fit, I think he should play. And then I'm getting slewed by everybody saying, no, I should never play Saka. Saka shouldn't play for the rest of the season. You don't care about his future. You want his career to get screwed and all of that. And then when it turns out that, oh shit, what I said actually came to fruition, instead of just accepting and being like, all right, you know what, big man thing, I didn't think we should have done that, but you know what, it worked. Man go, oh, we've got to talk about why we don't have backups and why we didn't do this in the transfer window and that. And we'll just be like, right, it actually worked.
I don't understand why it didn't work, though. When I said it didn't work.
I know, but and like, no side.
I'm just asking, bro.
I'm not trying to do swingums in it. I'm not trying to do.
No, I'm asking. Are you referring to me?
But just now, instead of being like, oh, you know what, Arteta is kind of vindicated in his decision. You went, we should have signed.
No, it's risky. He's vindicated. Of course, he's vindicated to now. But let's be honest. We can't predict the future. He could get injured against PSV, a bit against PSG, and he still can get injured in the final.
Oh, so yeah, of course.
You get me? So, yes, he's been vindicated over those 2 games, but there's still the possibility. Should we have had that possibility? No, we shouldn't have. Did it work? Yes. But these risks, this is the thing with risks. It's great when it pays off, but we'd all be talking about it if it didn't. So, yes, it did work. You know what I'm saying? And I think everyone's given praise about the Real Madrid thing and the way that he put us up for the Real Madrid thing. But we shouldn't, a club like Arsenal shouldn't be in a situation like that. We shouldn't. If this was phase 1, you could say, yo, you know what, North, it's phase 1. He hasn't even had, he's only had like 1 or 2 transfer windows. He was fixing other positions. It's 5 years deep. That's why it looks silly, innit? That's why. But did it work? Yes.
I just clocked. This is the first time we've spoke since we actually made it through to the semi.
Is it?
Hey, what you saying, blood? We thumped up Real Madrid, you know? We fist them man up properly, bro. Them man got me too. You get me?
But it was great, man. It was great. And you know what? Yeah, it was nice. It was nice to see Arsenal moving like that. It reminded me of the old times. It reminded me when we won 1-0 against them, Thierry Henry, the black and yellow kit. That was a bad boy kit as well. You know what I'm saying? And now the feelings are nice, innit? But obviously, like the feeling that I miss the most is just lifting trophies. Obviously, not this one, we ain't won it before, but that's ultimately the feeling that I want in it. And I think that when you've been let down so many times, and you know this obviously as an Arsenal fan, is some people are just, I'm going to be positive no matter what. When I get burnt so many times, and I do this in my personal, when they burn me too many times, I'm now skeptical because I felt like, how many times do I need to get punched in the face for me to learn? That's how I am in life, innit? So that's the thing with this club. It's like, for me, I get your optimism. I do think we have enough to beat PSG. I do. I don't think we have enough to beat Inter, and I feel like there's a
bro.
Huh? I don't think so personally.
These man just got this up by AC Milan.
It's fine. You can have your opinion, I'll have mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. I think the way that they play, I feel like the way that they play isn't to our strengths, where I think PSG and Barcelona is more to our strengths, where they can open up. I agree with that. Things like that. I think they got a great manager. I think they got great individuals. They are a team that already won. They've been playing in finals before. They got the experience. There's a lot of things that go for them. What we got going for us is in the Champions League, we're under very good momentum, but we don't have the history. We don't have the experience. We don't have a manager that's been able to win us anything tangible where their manager has.
Well, FA Cup.
So, yeah, but FA Cup, but I'm talking about the majors, isn't it? They won their league. You know what I'm saying? Not for me. Okay, we can disagree on that. Not for me. But I know there are some people that classify it as a major. For me, no. But I think there's things that go their way and there's things that go our way. Ultimately, I think it's a game that we would have to use our plan B. I have not seen this manager implement a plan B that gets us over the line to win major honors, let alone win the league. You know, and I think that it would be the game that would test the Arteta the most against Inter, because we struggled to break them down. What is the plan B? You know, have we got something else outside dark art set pieces or free kicks? I mean, we got Declan Rice.
We got the plan B now.
We do. Yeah, true. But you're not going to score free kicks every game. Even David Beckham didn't score free kicks every single game.
But
you know what I'm saying? And he had the slogan, named it like Beckham.
Janino Pernambucano, we weren't too far off. You know what I'm saying?
No, free kicks is great, and I'm not taking nothing away from Declan Rice. I wish Arteta figured this out a lot earlier, that he had the ability, because he should be seeing that on training.
Even Rice, but Rice didn't know that he had. Nobody knew that he had that ability.
Is that what Rice said? Did Rice say that?
No, he didn't even know, bro. He just said that I've been practicing free kicks in training, and then he basically, I think it was the second one. He went to Saka. Should I just hit it? And he was like, yeah, just go for it, bro. He was like, all right, cool. And he just slapped it. And do you know what? Yeah, I don't like when people do this. You know. Do you know why? Yeah. Do you know why I don't like when people do this? Yeah.
What? Do what?
Oh, Hawks, we didn't fist up Crystal Palace or Brentford. There's another one in there somewhere. Oh, West Ham. FKED'd.
Yeah, but you mentioned it. No, but that comment only dropped because you said, you said, yeah, but they didn't fist up AC. What happened against AC?
No, AC fist them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Them man up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but by the way, Crystal Palace. Sorry, Brentford. We drew to Brentford. Yeah.
Just like we drew to Fulham as well.
But we still fist up Real Madrid.
Yeah. What did we do against Everton?
We still fist up Real Madrid.
Yeah, cool. No, but no one ain't saying that. But these men have been doing their thing all season. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing though. But it works both ways. You can say we fist up. It works both ways. That's the only thing, Hooks. What you're saying isn't factually incorrect, but it's factually also correct that we dropped points to Fulham. It's factually correct we had our full squad and we couldn't beat this dusty Chelsea. It's factually correct that we got fisted up by Bournemouth. It's factually correct that we couldn't beat Newcastle on 3 occasions. So it works both ways.
And it's also factually correct that we've been playing better in Europe than we have in the Premier League. We have.
Factually correct. It's also factually correct that we've got to a final before with a better squad and didn't win it. So there's reason to be like, okay, can they do it in the final? Because this club has never done it. We don't know.
But it's also factually correct
that my number one goalkeeper wasn't playing, and I had Almunia in goal and 10 men. Factually correct. And then
That's
I know
true
you're
as
gonna
well.
say, "Oh, it's also factually correct that Henry had a chance to win the game." Like, I hear what,
Absolutely correct. And we were the better team, but we
I-
didn't win it.
yeah. So I'm just saying.
But we didn't win it.
I'm just saying, like, do you know what? Yeah, do you know what I'm gonna enjoy the most? Yeah, what I'm gonna enjoy. Well, not the most. One of the most. Maybe it's in the top 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
is going on everybody's stream. Should we win the Champions League? And telling all the man in the chat that have been waffling to me all season to suck their mothers. I can't wait. I cannot wait. Every stream, you know. I can't wait. Do you know how many man think that they can slew man from the chat? I can't wait to tell each and every one of them to suck their mothers.
You can't tell them suck their mum though. You can't tell them suck their mum though.
Bro, I would do.
If someone told you suck your mum, you know you're gonna get vexed, bro. You can't be telling them suck their mum.
Yeah, I'm gonna get vexed. Yeah, I'm gonna get vexed because you
You
can't.
can't be telling them suck their mum, you know.
No, they can't say it to me, but after all the grief that them man are giving me all season, no side. I don't know if you understand. Do you know that man, yeah, made Instagram accounts to racially abuse man?
Oh yeah, that's what happens
You-
online.
you
I
ever-
have received that, bro. Unfortunately, we have to.
Bro,
You know.
whoever these brothers are, and obviously it's not to everyone. And
They're the ones hooked that say that we're a family, bro. They're the ones that say don't criticize the players, but they can criticize you because you're a fan. That's the double. Those are the ones that I like, that, bro. The same ones they're the ones here that are cheering Saka, yeah, arguing that he's the best right winger in the league, and then racially abusing you.
Yeah. But like I said, it's not everybody. Yeah, but there's a. Do you know them ones? If the shoe fits.
Yeah.
If the shoe fits, yeah. Suck your mother, yeah. As I'll be saying. And by the way, T.Guna, no side can attest to this. I never hide. I'm the one. I don't like to refer to myself like this, yeah, but I'm the one top gooner, yeah, that never goes missing, bro. I never go missing. Cause I don't fear, man. Do you know what I mean? I'm only human after all. I can say things and be wrong.
When he's wrong, I'm only human after all. When everybody else is wrong, suck your mum.
Yeah, I'm only human after all. You know what I mean?
Don't put the blame on me.
Yeah, don't put the blame on me. Wait,
that's gonna next season, yeah, it's gonna don't put the blame on me. Hashtag don't put the blame on me.
Don't put the blame on me. Can I read out the next super chat?
Yeah, go on.
No, the next one.
Cool. Big up to Top Good. Let me read this one. We'll get into the next one. Big up, bro. Declan Rice will never score 2 better free kicks, bro. He doesn't have to score 2 better, bro. All he has to do is just score 1, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just score 1. If he scores 1 in the final, I don't think neither me or Hooks are going to be complaining, to be fair. So, yeah, man, it is what it is. But the next one, Guy Thompson, big up. Why do you care what people think? Care more about getting one over on someone than enjoying the win. Classic Top Gooners BS.
So but no side, did I not say top 5?
What do you mean?
Did I not say top 5 most things? I said top 5, no?
Yeah.
I definitely didn't say the most. I said top 5, no? So how's about man listen? Do you know what I mean? To understand, not to respond. But do you know what the thing is, yeah? Do you know what my thing is, yeah? And anybody that's watched me, yeah, or had a conversation with me or whatever knows this about me, yeah? Cool. I can do the swingers. I'm fine with that. I can do the war. Do you know who recently found out that you shouldn't do war with hooks? CB. He found out because now he's gonna have to dye his dreads red. He's gonna have to dye his dreads red now because he thought he could laugh at me for thinking that we're gonna knock out Real Madrid, and he made a bet. Yeah. So now you see me, yeah, bro. I've had real life problems. What these man say in the chat don't affect me, but you man say it. So because you man want to start the war, bro, I end it. I'm the war ender. I end the war. Do you get me? Know what I'm saying? So if you man don't like the way And when I say you, man, I say obviously I know there's bare people in all of these. I'm not just talking about people in the chat here. I'm talking about all don't be fool people. I don't only come on Northside's channel, bro. I go everywhere, bro. I do Ballon d'Or tour across the globe, bro. I'm on everybody's channel, bro. All different nations, bro. There's hella people that do it. I'm just reminded, man, I will end it, bro. And obviously, the ones that you get me, ride with, man, pause, yeah. We will celebrate today. How about that? On my channel, yeah, I'll make it a thing. You know what? I'll make a custom emote. You know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make a custom emote that says "suck your mother," and I'm gonna say spam it to all the haters. You get me? When I lift trophy, you know what I'm saying? Come on, you get me? That see, I know, sir. These man don't know, yeah. Man are from London. Man are from London. You know what I'm saying? Man are from the ends. What do you do in the ends when man want to start war? What do you do? What do you do?
I don't know. Some things I don't want to say online.
Exactly.
Something I don't want to say online. You know what I'm saying? I don't say certain things online.
Like, you get me?
But bro, you know what it is? Yeah, like there's loads of people in the chat that just banter in it. It's the few, like you said, the few that just ruin it. You know what I'm saying, and do that stuff. But yeah, man, apologies that you had to go through that. Do you know what I'm saying? I felt like I've gone through the same crap. Am I surprised? No. You know what I'm saying? Like there's loads of people that are like that. And a lot of people, bro, when you piss them off, yeah, this is the maddest thing though. It's like when an Asian person pisses me off, I look at him as you're a prick, not your culture, your background.
Yeah.
In my head doesn't come like to say the P word. You know what I'm saying? To offend them to the same level that we're getting offended. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's not in my heart to do that. Do you get it? It's not in my heart. Like if I see someone that's Irish descent or something, whatever, I ain't gonna use certain slurs that is like that. So for someone to come out with that, bro, that's just who they are, innit? If they want to be like that, they want to be like that. One day it's gonna slip. It's gonna be around the wrong person, and they're gonna be, they're gonna see, how life is away from the computer screen. Because those people, bro, is always bottling up. They bottle it up. They try and masquerade it, hide it. You know what I'm saying? Because in England, you can't be moving like that without consequence. You know what I'm saying? But eventually it'll come out. They'll get weighed in, and then they'll cry this whole, I want to take it, all this. It is what it is, bro. It eventually always comes out, bro. You know what I mean? It always comes out. And that's why the man them that say that they're with us, I'm always very like, side eye, because there's loads. These will be the same people that will like, Black Lives Matter, take a knee. You know what I'm saying? All of this stuff. Oh, I love Ian Wright. Got Ian Wright at the back of my shirt. I love Saka this, Saka that.
At the moment, Ian Wright's on the back, Hey.
You know what I mean? The same people that love Thierry Henry. You know what I mean? What's funny is like the same people that will say that. Do they like Thierry Henry? I don't know. Maybe I'm colorblind, but last time I checked, he's black, bro. You know what I'm saying? Patrick Vieira, what a cap there are. Patrick Vieira. You know what I'm saying? Where's he? Sol Campbell. You know what I mean? Torre, like all these man. Lauren, we've had bare black man, bro. Do you know what I mean? Pause. You know what I mean? I just don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand it, bro. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I weren't brought up like that. You're mixed. I'm mixed. I weren't brought up like that, innit? Do you get me? Like my mum is lighter than me. My dad is very dark. You know what I mean? I got cousins that are half from New Zealand, half from where I'm from. Some that are Jamaican from here. I got another aunt who's Nigerian. We don't have that kind of discrimination in my family. So I didn't grow up like that. You know what I'm saying? My partner's not like that. She's Latin. You know what I'm saying? Not like that. Even though you can't see it in her, but she's got black in her. She's got Asian and she's got Italian. On top of being Hispanic. So yeah, man.
Italian as well.
Yeah, I don't have that kind of thing. Like even when I'm fuming, there will never be a day you'll ever hear Northside LDN be saying racial slurs and I'm saying I'll cuss you. You know what I'm saying? I'll cuss you. But I ain't going for all that. I don't really get it. But it is what it is. I don't want to waste too much time on that. Last thing before I let you go, because I know you've been streaming a lot. Thomas Partey, apparently, there's a U-turn in his decision to want to sign a new contract at Arsenal. What's your thoughts on that before we wrap up?
Wait, do you mean he decided that he doesn't want to sign for Arsenal again? Yeah,
so David Ornstein, here it is. David Ornstein, it says David Ornstein has delivered some potentially significant Arsenal transfer news, as it seems that Thomas Partey may not be leaving the club after all. What was he said? He said, where is it? Ornstein now says Arsenal's stance seems to have changed and that the club are discussing new terms to keep the 31-year-old at the Emirates Stadium.
So they're discussing new terms because they want to keep him. Okay, yeah, cool. Then I'm happy because I want them to keep. I want Partey to stay until Partey's ready to go. Do you know what I mean? Partey's our best midfielder. That, to me at least, Partey's our best midfielder, and I'm not one of them men that are under the illusion that a Zubimendi comes in and it's fine for us to no longer have a Partey. I want a Partey and a Zubimendi. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't know. I just think that, you know, a player like Partey, he's quite a rare player. You don't really see too many players like Partey playing football. Do you know what I mean? Athletically strong, good on the ball, like creative from deep, like eye for a pass, passing range is mad. Do you get me? Interception, sweep, all of that. I'd keep him personally. Like I hear the case of he's becoming an uncle now, and do you know what I mean? I hear all of that. He may already be an uncle, but I think he's still got something to offer at the
So
club.
was Giggs. So was Scholes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I still think he has something to offer at the club. Like
He starts in our team. Like everyone's fully fit. He's a starter. I mean,
yeah. So
I'm not going to say too much because I got a stream later on. I'm going to discuss that even more in depth. But yeah. Go on, carry on. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, like he's like, for me, I think that we should be giving him a 2-year extension. Personally, I think a 2-year extension with the option to extend for another year. That's what I think we should be giving him personally. Like look for example, look at Van Dijk. He might even be a bit older than Partey. So if Van Dijk can, you get me, sign new term, why can't Partey? You know what I mean? Like I don't like. I think this thing where everyone's like, yeah, we need to have young players. All that. I think it's weird. Like this craving for everyone to be young. I just think it's weird. Like you need experienced players in your team. And should we go on to win the Champions League, Partey will be one of the main reasons why we do it. So if we go on and win the Champions League, I don't know how Partey can be part of a Champions League winning squad and then you don't give him a contract. Do you know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, get rid of Jorginho. Bring in Zubimendi. It's that simple. It could just literally just be that simple. And then Partey can, you know...
He's younger than Van Dijk by 2 years.
There you go. So then Partey and Zubimendi rotate for that 6th role. And it's that simple. It's actually just that simple. Like, to me, is it like it doesn't need to be rocket science, doesn't need to be brain surgery. You get me? Doesn't need to be 5,000 IQ. It can just be that simple, innit? Like, so, but we'll see what the club does, innit? Like, part of me feel like, then if Partey wants to leave, then let him go. Because I think that any player that wants to leave a club should be allowed to leave because you should want to stay at the club, right? So if he wants to leave, then let him go. But if he wants to stay, brother, keep this guy, bro. He's cold, man. He would, and he's even going to be good for the development of the likes of like Miles Lewis Skelly. Do you get it? So, but obviously, you know, you want to talk about this a bit later on, so I won't go.
I just wanted your thoughts. on it.
But that's literally what it is for me. I give him a new contract, sign him up. I would. I would potentially give him I would potentially consider giving him a wage cut. But the only reason why I say that is because like I can't envisage you playing too many more games. Well, sorry, high volume of games. You know what I'm saying? You're coming to the latter part of your career. You've had the odd injury at Arsenal. Like I can't see you going maybe I could see you going one more season playing 30 plus games, but I can't.
His wages aren't crazy though. He's on 160 a week. The players that are above him: Saliba 190, Gabriel Martinelli 200, Kai Havertz 220, Odegaard 225. Hold on.
Did you say Martinelli's on 200k a week?
Hold on. Hold on, that's not the one I normally use. I think that one's wrong.
I was about to
Hold on a sec. Right, Thomas Partey. Sorry. Thomas Partey on 200k. Martinelli's on 240. Declan Rice is on 240. Jesus is on 265. Havertz is on 280. The
Pounds.
biggest problem there is Jesus and Havertz. I get what you're saying, mate.
Pounds.
Huh? Yeah, pounds.
That was all pounds.
That was all. This is all pounds. Yeah. So
No,
Kai Havertz 280. I got this off of sporttrack.com. I don't know how accurate it is, but this is what I found. Kai Havertz on 280. But this is what I'm saying. Some websites say 280 Kai Havertz, some they say 260. I don't know. But he's saying 280, 265, Declan Rice 240, Odegaard 240, Thomas Partey 200. Bukayo Saka 195.
Yeah, but Bukayo Saka's getting that 300k a week contract. Like, it's just gonna happen. Isn't it?
Yeah, he's getting a new contract. The thing is, though, is Jesus and Havertz being on more money. That's what fucks it up, bro. Because if I'm Partey, should they be on more money than me? Do they get into the squad?
I mean, it only mashes it up if like we don't go and
There you go.
other players.
Maybe it's with bonuses. Maybe it's
Okay.
with bonuses. Maybe it's
Okay.
with bonuses.
Okay. But like for me, like I don't care how much money they're on. Do you know what I mean? I don't really care. Like you see this Havertz thing, I don't really care. The only time I will care is if it stops us from signing someone else that we need because we cannot afford to pay them the money that they want. So until that scenario,
Better get rid of Havertz and Jesus then. Better get rid of them.
until that scenario arises, it's not a problem for me. And then once Saka gets his new contract, Havertz is no longer the highest paid player. Once Saliba gets a new contract, he will be going on more money than Havertz. Havertz will no longer be our highest paid player. So then it will all shift. So then it becomes a non-factor. It becomes a moot point. So
yeah, but he's still up there as one of the top three, though. That's the thing. Do you
It's
get
not-
players who got egos, Hooks, man? You know this. They got egos, and you know, man, are looking like how the fuck is my man on that? Yeah, when I'm doing this, you get me? Like, how is my man on the? Like, are you crazy, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, this guy doesn't contribute what I contribute. That's probably what he'd be thinking. You know, players they be doing this, bro. Because you remember with Ashley Cole, he was like, "Yo, Arsenal didn't give me what I felt was my value in it, so I
Yeah.
bounced."
yeah,
And that kind of shit always happens, bro.
yeah.
So he may feel like, yo, I'm worth X or I'm going to get X. Why am I going to stay here? You know what I'm saying? When you guys ain't showing me the value based on what I'm contributing. You know what I mean?
Mm.
But then again, if we get what you are predicting to happen, Arsenal win the Champions League, all of a sudden, you can't keep them on the same wage.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of them don't have like bonuses in their contract that like if we win the Champions League they get like more money.
Say that again.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's like clauses in these players' contracts that if we win the Champions League they get their salaries increase.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the contracts, bro. You know what I mean? This club sometimes is wild with the contracts. I can't even lie. Super wild with the contracts. Zinchenko on 150, my lord. Calafiori already on 120. Yeah, we just give out contracts like it's nobody's business. Odegaard on 240 a week. This is why man can't tell me I can't criticize him. You can't be receiving 240 or 200 plus, and this is your performance. Man can pass the ball sideways and sideways, and that's £240,000 worth of quality player. That's crazy to me. You know what I'm saying? Like that is crazy, bro. Odegaard, you are not performing to a player that should be receiving that kind of money, bro. He really shouldn't, bro. My guy's wage is closing in on 300k. For what? For what? You know what I mean? Can't turn up in finals, can't even get us to finals, can't turn up in semi-finals, can't turn up for the whole season, can't get us over the line. I don't know, man. You know, people talk about Jesus and Havertz, but Odegaard, you're not earning that wage. You're not earning that wage. I can say, yeah, Saka's earning that wage. Declan Rice is earning that wage. He is performing really well. Well, right now, he's performing really well. Do you know what I mean? Saliba's earning that wage. There's players that are earning that wage. And I'll be like, yo, they deserve that money. Like, they're performing. Odegaard? I don't know. But anyway, people, make sure you're liking and subscribing. Halftime Hooks, the link is in the title. Make sure you're subscribing. How far are you away from 5K, bro?
think I'm under 300 now.
Under 300. All right, cool. There's 57 people left in the building right now. Make sure you go like and subscribe if you haven't. I know some of you already have subscribed to Hooks. So, you know, every time he gets a stinker, you man can, you know, snitch to me and tell me what he's saying. You know what I'm saying? For the content, for the community. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you go subscribe, man. You know what I mean? And big up Hooks, man. You're gonna reach 5K, man. You've been working hard. To be fair, you've been working harder than me, bro. I've been fasting. I ain't been on it, but now we're back. 2 live streams today. We're back. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, man, it is what it is, man. I just want to see the Champions League games, bro. I really don't give a fuck about the Premier League games. I just want to see the Champions League games, bro. Like, it's just dragging. It's like after the Real Madrid game, it's like, bro, I just want to play PSG now. You know what I mean? We're in good form now. You know what I mean? It's annoying, bro. It's just waiting and waiting. Tuesday, we're not even playing this weekend, so I'm just gonna be talking about everybody else's club. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't playing, so might as well talk about everybody else, innit? And there's gonna be something. Why did you talk about your own club? I don't care. I can do what I want. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But big up to Hooks. Make sure you subscribe to Hooks. And at 10 p.m., there's gonna be a show. Me and Claude. We're gonna talk about Thomas Partey and Arsenal's apparent U-turn on his contract, and then you'll get, you know, my overall thoughts on that. Big up to Hooks, man. Love every time for giving up your time. I appreciate it. And let the people know what you got coming up on your channel, bro.
I've actually dropped like a few like pre-records today, in it. One of them's a new podcast that I've started with George and Dean and Justy from Famzone TV, in it. So we started a new podcast. So, so yeah, it's gonna drop every Thursday. The logo's wavy, can't lie. I did a bit of designing and the thing and that. Yeah, come on. I designed and that. But yeah, there's some videos there. Wanna go check it out? Go check it out. Show a man some love. And yeah, man. Most high willing. I hit the targets as soon as possible, man. Big up for having me on again. Always appreciate when I get called up to the first team. So love for that, my bro. And yeah, man. I look forward to seeing more of the consistency, bro. You know, what's your next target, man?
17K, man. I think 17K. Yeah, 17K. 17K. We're just under 300 away from that. So yeah, man. Hopefully you hit your 5. You know what I mean? I hit my 17 and we just keep pushing, man. But yeah, I just need to just up the work, man. I can't lie. Bro. Fasting and doing this thing after a full day's work, myth. Can't lie. Myth, bruv. Myth. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. Myth. So now that that's done and I'm on the, you know what I mean? No Maggies. Nobody can tell me about Maggie. I've had no Maggie here. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's from the streets know what this drink's about. You know what I'm saying? Certified. If you're from the ends, you know what I'm saying? And it is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Keeping it cultural, keeping it UK, keeping it London, innit? So big up to Hooks. We're going to redirect to Rashid. Northside raid on the way in, and I'm out. Love.